What's up, everybody? For those of you who are new in here or coming back to watch this over again, I'm Jake, American Knife Company. Today, on today's live stream, we're going to be sharpening up some knives. I'll just show you everything that I've got on the block today. I spent most of today, or pretty much all of today, doing the Cerakote on these 3 blades and a couple other little odds and ends on the rest of the knives. This is a Rambler in Nitro V stainless. This is a Gen 3 black screws, black shadow Cerakote. It's got little oil smudges on it because I had the handles oiled up. I got oil all over my fingers and then it just transferred to the blade. It might be what little shiny thing is showing up. It's not shiny at all though. This stuff is very flat. It's very nice looking. These are great looking knives. I would carry the heck out of these. But I've got twins, 2 of them, and I'll put them on. Yeah, see the oil smudges? I'll put them in the store this weekend. Maybe this evening, but it's not going to be like a normal drop time. Interesting, nobody's joined yet. I wonder if there's something wrong with my internet. Here is that Mustang we were working on yesterday. Gen 3 Mustang. Oil smudges on it. It's been Cerakoted. Black shadow Cerakote. It's very flat. It's very nice looking. This one has got the Joker liner. Green on the left and blue on the right. That's what he wanted. Under black micarta. All black other than that. I think it looks fantastic. I love it. Another one of those knives that I would just stick on my belt and take off with right now. This is, what's up, Tommy Edits? This is a Very Good Knife Company Mustang that has yet to be etched or sharpened, which we're going to do here in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and sharpen all these knives up that I'm showing off. That's a Mustang in Nitro V. Then we've got an Adventure that's been bead blasted. I did this on the live stream yesterday. This one is green. You'll be able to see the green real good once I get it sharpened and I'll put some oil on it. I've got a Hornet in Nitro V with the burlap, nat burlap micarta. Pretty sweet. That burlap is a darker brown color, similar to this, where the Scotch-Brite has cleaned it real good. It's a little dry on the outside because it's been blasted. You see the screw heads are blasted. Let me just finish the knife. This is a Snook. This is a new model. I'll be showing this tonight on Javon's live stream. This is the Heritage in Nitro V, 5/32 Nitro V. It's got a nice swedge, trailing point. It's wearing Grip Tech orange, the Blaze orange Grip Tech with yellow liners. And it is rocking the Gulso bolts instead of the regular Corby screws. That's how I'm going to be running the Heritage. Now I'm wanting this, this is particularly driven to the Hunter. Make a great skinning knife, but I want it to be serviceable so you can take the handles off and clean it. Here is a Revelation in 1/8 inch Nitro V. This one, customer requested jimping. So it's got jimping, an 1/8 inch, and a lanyard hole and Gulso bolts. Toxic Storm, fat carbon. It's got some smudges. Just needs to be cleaned real good. But we're about to sharpen these up. 2 more to show you. Here's another custom order. This is a tribute. This is a standard tribute, no modifications. 5/32 Nitro V. This one is wearing fat carbon dark matter copper with copper Corby screws, and it has dark red G10 liners. This thing is super nice. What's up, RM? Once we get oil on it, you'll be able to see all of the dark matter. So this is another custom order for Mr. John Wayne. This is a tribute, same as the last tribute, but this one has been modified in that it has a saber grind, a flat saber, instead of a full flat. Very nice looking, and it's got nat micarta with, it's like an electric green. It's not safety yellow. It's not like this kind of green, like I normally use. I got this sheet of green G10 liner at Blade Show from True Grit. That's the first I've used of it, and I really like it. All right, we're going to turn our focus to the grinder and sharpen these knives. I have got a sharpening rig of my own devising here, inspired by the Tormach system. See, it's a big straight bar that I bolt on to my KMG grinder here from Beaumont Metalworks. And then my clamp is also inspired by a Tormach with the bell stop. And it's just a piece of threaded rod. It's all welded up and looks kind of ugly, but it works fantastic. Sharpened about 1,000 knives now, I reckon. It's got a fulcrum bolt in the middle. We can adjust the thickness. These are just a particular knife steel that I do not remember the name of, which is why I used it for this and not a knife. Stuff that got painted a long time ago and don't know what it is. So the knife just clamps in, tighten the center bolt, and about a quarter a turn. A little more. And the knife is in there, just like so. I am running a brand new 400 grit. This is an X weight aluminum oxide 400 grit belt. It's I've gone over the belt and crunched the edges to keep it from doing a smile, and I'm running at slow speed. There's one of our 10. We've got a nice burr, which you'll never be able to see. I'll never be able to get the camera to focus on it. 9 more. We'll go ahead and do all the edges, and then we'll go strop. That's 2. One more Gen 3. It's that one with the Joker liners. Pretty cool looking. Good looking edge. Yeah, I'm not a fan of sharpening choils. I'll do them. I'm not opposed to them. But most of my designs don't have them because I think they suck. And that's from a user's perspective. Every time I go to grab my knife and just quickly slash through something, choil gets stuck. Straps, webbing, cordage, doesn't matter. So I've kind of adapted to just not putting them in. That being said, if you want a choil in one of my knives, I'll do one for you. And I don't discriminate. It's all right. I just dislike that. We can all have different views in this world without getting murdered, right? Yeah, this belt is slack, tight slack, but I like a convex edge. Notice I'm not touching the wheel. I'm on the unsupported belt. That's called a slack belt. Now, the tension at which you slack may vary, where you get more or less convex. you guys that one? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, see, some people never have that problem, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't hate on you for having a different view on a toil. It's okay. A lot of people do. But I just know that every time I use one, I just get frustrated with it. So when I set this blade apart, actually, you know what? I know what did it. We'll go ahead and do this real quick. Just gonna walk over to the demagnetizer, because this blade, when it got done, when it got finished, I put it on a magnet. The ones that hang on my tools. Anyway, I was saying in past live streams about how you won't notice that it's not been demagnetized until you go to sharpen. Because all that little micro powder steel that we're taking off is sticking to it. And I can't see the burr. I cannot see the burr form because of all the powder. Back to it. Damn fly or something on my neck. See, here's a choil. I do them. I think they look good in some instances. Two more. Beauty. He's tickling the heck out of me. Driving me insane. Come on. Two more. Is that tribute? one more. Yeah, it's hot. What's up, Steven? What's up, Calvin? Who else we got? Mud. Bandito. Scotto. Alright, last one, and then we'll go strop and play with the sharpness. Go. Beauty. So now, let's go over to La Buffalo. Alright. And I'm just going to strop these. Go ahead and grab me a paper towel out and I'll show you what I'm going for here. All right. We're not trying to polish the edge, we're just trying to strop it. And that's where we want to be. Like that. That's sharp. Stupid sharp. I'll just do the rest of them. Sharp enough, right? Yeehaw. Sharp, sharp. Got another paper towel. One more. Let's see. Pretty dang sharp. Cleveland, Georgia. We can get this little skinny thing. Oh, it needs another stropping. On the other end. That's it. One more. That'll do. A little more stropping. Yeah, buddy. There she is. See, that choil got hung up. And it's sharp back there. I just happened to go past the choil. I guess it'll have to, yeah, getting used to it kind of thing. See, we're gonna have one. I tried, but never could get used to it. Sharp, huh? Put a little bit more compound on there. Got a few more, and then we'll go look at them all. Sharp knife. Sharp enough. All right, let's go look at them all. Put some oil on them and you can see the color come out. We'll put oil on some of them. There's no need to oil the Gen 3s. In fact, I don't want any oil on them at all because it doesn't look good on the Cerakote. It's not terrible. You can always get it off. It's just dang WD-40, but. Now all the little fingerprints, dust prints, and things of that nature, those might hold some little particles that can scratch the surface. So rather than go wiping it, I like to just soak them in some WD-40. Soak them real good. Use it like a pressure washer. There we go. Now we've blasted all that gunk off of the surface. We give it just a second, let it sit under there, and it'll kind of lift everything up. And then we'll wipe them down. Wipe them all down, take a look at them. All right, so with a little bit of oil on it. Nice and shiny and colorful. Got a Heritage. Dang good looking knife. Sharp, sharp. See if he'll cut. Blue shop towel. Easy. Ought to be a good skinner, right? Real good skinner. You can get way up in behind it. And it's got a lot of curve. That trailing point comes still back past my finger. My old crooked, busted finger. Ooh, yeah. I love putting color. I call it putting color. Putting oil on the gnat. It always looks so good. It's brand new and fresh. Look at how that darkens up towards the liner right there. Beauty. This thing's killer looking. John's gonna like this one a lot. All right, this is the one that you guys needed to wait until this part to see real good. So fat carbon specifically will be hard to kind of tell exactly what it looks like. You can polish it by hand, but until you get down to a point where you either get it wet or oily, you can't really see down into it. And now, look down in there. That's dang cool, isn't it? It's like it's alive. Golly. That's nice stuff, isn't it? This is the fat carbon dark matter copper with copper Corby screws to match. And then it's got dark red liners. This thing is sweet. He's gonna like this one. All right. Here's that Revelation. This is a great looking knife too. Even though I'm not crazy about the Toxic Storm, it's just the yellow that I'm not insane about. Otherwise, I love the green. The Jungle Wear is one of my favorite carbon fiber, fat carbons. And it's got the same colors, just without the yellow. But still, on a lot of things, it still looks really good. This is one of those things. It's a great looking knife. Revelation Nitro V with the fat carbon Toxic Storm removable scales. Pretty nice. This is one that you can't get because I don't make them for anyone else other than this one person. That's because we dealt up on that. And usually I make these for him to sell. OEM them for him. If you know, then you know. If you know, you're a real Very Good Knife Company OG. But this one, I'm just going to send to him. I've had it sitting on my bench forever now. Since before Blade Show. I found out he wasn't going to Blade Show, and it kind of just got pushed back. And see, I was going to take it. And take it to him at Blade Show. All right, here is... Oh, I didn't clean the blade. Ding dong. Here is a Hornet Nitro V. This one is fantastic looking. It has got Nat Burlap micarta. What's up, Larry? Alexander Mendoza. You can find all this stuff on, well, not all of these, but a lot of knives like these you can find on the website, verygoodknifeco.com. Check it out. This is a a Hornet in Nitro V with nat burlap, and the burlap scales got blasted. Then we finished the rest of the knife to regular old belt satin finish. But you can still see, maybe, I'm not sure. I'll have to go and look. I'm not sure if I have any more adventures in ADCR V2, but it can happen. Not this weekend, but that's a good looking knife. It's a real nice, real nice knife. This is an order. This one is an adventure in Nitro V that has been bead blasted. The whole thing. Last finished. That's what we wanted. Was requested. And it's got oil on it, so it's kind of hard to like justify the nice cleanliness of the blast, because this one looks really pristine. Sometimes with blast finish there's still a little bit of like there's always like one or two little spots that you just couldn't get perfect. This one came out perfect as far as the blast finish goes. Pretty nice. Adventure Juniors. I don't have any Adventure Juniors in ADCR V2 on hand. None that are complete. I got oil on these anyway. Use a dry rag. Ain't gonna hurt them, just for trying to show it off. Adds a little splotchiness to the coating. See it? Shiny. A little bit of alcohol. And clean that right up. And this is Nitro V stainless. You don't have to worry about that edge getting all crusty on you or anything. This is a really cool knife. Customer requested black micarta with green on the left and blue on the right. These are black canvas micarta with a G10 liner. But other than that, it's canvas micarta. Let's look at these Ramblers one more time. So I've got a pair of these twins. This is a Rambler Nitro V. See a little oil splashed on there from spraying the other ones. There we go. All right, we got twins here. Rambler and Nitro V. Jeez. And they've got the double green micarta. These scales have been blasted, and they are very nice looking knives. And that pretty much is the run for the week. That's what they look like. And you have it right there. I'm going to put all these in my caddy, and then we're going to go to the laser and finish them. All that's left for the knives is to be laser etched, laser engraved. So I'll show you how that goes. Although I don't know what's on the TV in there. So I got my boy here with me today. Been there watching TV for a little while. Let's go to the laser. Y'all watching? Dude, perfect. Huh? All right. Can I steal your computer? Can I steal your computer? Want to do some lasering here on the live stream. Does it need to be plugged up? frustrating.
Yes.
Can you grab me a water, please? Okie dokie. So I use light burn and a com marker. This is just a com marker B4 20 watt. Oh yeah. There we go. Breathing again.
Do you like the Cerakote? David Gray is asking, do you like the Cerakote?
Yeah, it is. It's really, really nice stuff. I like how extremely thin it is for how durable it is. So, before Cerakote, long ago, I used to use powder coat. And powder coat's extremely tough, other than it takes a big coating of it. It's very thick. So it can alter screw holes and things like that. There we go. You guys want to see that? Pretty cool, right? It takes exactly 1 minute and 57 seconds to do the big logo. And then I usually do a small logo on some other things. About 2 minutes. And then I got to do the other side. VeryGoodKnifeCo.com. So right now it's on its blackening stage. It's already black. This particular stage, see, it goes slower. That's because the lines per inch count is a lot higher. That is the final pass. It's going to go the other way diagonal next. And this right here is the final pass. It's what makes the logo look nice and deep. Yeah, see, I like the idea of parkerization. So parkerization takes heat, and in some instances it takes too much heat, which is why there aren't a lot of parkerized knives. But for like gun parts, parkerizing is the way to go. There it is. There's our logo. See how deep it is? It's really deep, but it isn't raised at all. There's no raising to it at all. There's no little carbon junk left behind. You can't feel it. It's not rough. It's extremely smooth and slick. And I actually experimented with the logo finish for quite a long time. On one knife, I put probably 50 or so marks, and I did it on the 80 CRV21. I wanted to test what the laser left behind and how it affected its corrosion. There we go. Pretty neat, eh? No, that's not very hot at all. 190 degrees. You're right, it shouldn't hurt at all. Because I mean, Cerakote is 250 degrees. You can slow cure it at a lower temperature. Never had one from Davis Custom Knives, but I've made hundreds of knives with stag handles. I like them. I like the way they look. They're nice heirlooms, but other than that, I don't find a whole lot of practicality in stag. I don't like the way it carries as far as like an everyday carry. This steel is Nitro V. My heat treat is around 62.5 Rockwell. Between 62 63 in there. There you have it. There's another one. Epoxy coating. You can do a lot with epoxy coating. It is a bacon coating, all the same though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I like the Cerakote. It's kind of expensive, but at the same time, it's not. You know, when you look at how much you get out of it, it is like $80 a quart. Pretty sweet. All right, so we're gonna let those go for a minute. Let's talk sheaths, because I've got to do some sheaths still. How about I just show you, man, yeah, you got to get you a laser. Holy cow. I can't talk enough about how happy it made me. Man, seriously. Electrochemical etching is a friggin' nightmare. I used to do stamping, but I'm not crazy about stamping. I'm not crazy about stamping blades anyway. But that laser, holy cow, the time it saves. Just like, I feel like I had 20 minutes into each knife at the end of an electrochemical etch. And that was only doing the Very Good Knife Co. logo. And I never etched the other side, never had any kind of steel denomination. You know, the denomination used to be the brass or stainless screws. But anyhow, the laser's nice. It really is. Thank you, Heidi. So we've got some sheaths here. Luckily I've got two, and I molded extra a couple weeks ago. I'm glad I did, because I've got a Hornet and a Mustang. They both take the same sheath because they have the same handle. And the blades are essentially the same size. One's clip point, one's drop point. Anyhow, so the sheath making process is pretty simple. I've had a lot of questions about it. I'm trying not to show the TV because I don't want any copyright issues. But I use Kydex, taco presses for my Kydex. As much taco sheaths as I can do on these three presses here. And then I have a pancake press. This guy just stands up on its own, and it locks down. It's got this big long bar so you can put a lot of weight on it, and then you can flip these up. Once you put your weight down, you can flip both of them up, and that keeps it clamped. You want to squeeze a little more, you just put a little bit of weight on it, and you can tighten these down or loosen them up. It's a great working press. It's never failed me. And I just heat them up in the oven. And as far as a mold goes, let me switch out my blades here. Switching out my laser. All right, let's go here. There we go. Got another one started. So for my Kydex molds, no TV. I will make a mold pretty much exactly that of the model. So this is a wasp, and yeah, one at a time. I can still only do one at a time. Like if I have 10 wasp sheaths, I only have one mold. So I mean, it's still one at a time there. But where the extra presses work good for me is, I never have just one going. Which, I mean, you watch live streams all the time. I've got a board here. It's got 2 Ramblers, a Mustang, a Hornet, an Adventure. There's a Snook, a Revelation, some Tributes. So nothing's ever the same in terms of that. And I'm able to do multiples at a time. But anyway, I use a bunch of molds like this that I made. This is for the Hornet Mustang. All of these molds have a 3/4 inch spaced set of holes in the back that I use. I have 3 of these master handles, one for each press. It wouldn't do me no good to have more, but this is a master handle that I make, and it fits every mold. Every mold that I have can attach to this master handle or one of these 3 master handles. This gives me a little extra room. Of course, this all the way up to about here is inside of the press, and this gives me something to hold on to. This also makes it to where these molds aren't this long each one. They can be short, and then just use this right here. I've done flared hollow pins, flared tubings before. It's just, it's never really been my thing, I guess. I've not been that crazy into it. But I like the way it looks like on the TRC knives. And, I mean, there's a lot of people that use them. TRC specifically, they've got probably the best looking ones. As far as a spread pin or a spread tube goes. One more with that size logo. Go ahead and get it burning. All right. Looks good. I use the medium logo on this one. I'm thinking about just dropping to the medium on everything. Do it. It works. It works really good. It's a good time saver. It's a really good time saver. But anyway, once they come out of the mold, that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was over there switching out laser. Once they come out of the mold, you just split them off of the mold. I always, like the hot Kydex will stick together on each side. I always take my little scribe. I have these scribes everywhere. I just stick it down in there, and then I'll just give it a little strip, and it'll split it apart. It'll come off the mold. This is what they look like. There's terrible lighting in here. It works over the benches and stuff, but out in the middle, there's no lighting at all. But this is what it looks like when it comes out of the mold, out of the press. And from here, I go ahead and I have a couple of these blocks sitting around, and I will set them on there like so. This is a tool that I made to punch 5 half-inch holes at a time, or 5 half-inch marks at a time. And I know where I need them, so I don't really have a jig or anything like that. I just set it on there, give it a whack. That'll mark 5 dimples. It's where my holes need to be spaced. And then for some sheaths in particular, these get 1 extra, and then 1 down at the end. Then I'll take my punch just like that. now we've got a sheath marked to drill. And since we've got two, I'm going to switch this laser out again.
Do you use a micrometer?
I use a dial caliper, pretty much same thing. That one's done, that one's done, that one's done, this one's not. Yeah, I mean, what do you want to see me micrometer? I can on some things. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Tipping over. For the most part, I don't sit there and check my edges with a micrometer, if that's what you're wondering. Might sound a little arrogant, but I have a trained eye. I've been staring at edges for a long time. You go back through my live streams, you'll get a reference to that. I can pretty much kind of see the thickness. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you stare at so many thousands of edges, I mean, you kind of know what you're looking for. Ooh, can I have a bite? I'm stealing about a cookie dough. All right, so now the missus got some little cookie dough from the yeah, you have to keep it simple, man. You really have to keep it simple, because the more you try and complicate things, the more you're going to frustrate yourself. That's what you're going to do. Are you going to get any more precise? I mean, if you need the help from things to get precise, then yeah, I mean, you'll get more precise. But when you have to trust yourself at some point. You have to trust yourself and be like, I know what I'm doing. I got this. And I don't need to go through the process of standing at the grinder and using a micrometer to find my edge thickness. Rather, I just shoot for a range, because it's going to be hard to get them exact from one knife to the other. And another point to that is what you charge. I'm not charging a whole lot for my knives, so I'm not going to stand there and make sure that each one are exactly 17.5 thousandths behind or at the edge before I sharpen. If they're within, certain knives within, the 15 to 18 range, we're good. I'm okay with that. So now, I'm just going to drill these out. There we go. So, I use ADCRV2, Nitro V, AEBL. I really am not a fan of super steels. I just am not. For the fellow that was asking about micrometer, I've got some dial indicators and I've got some dial calipers, and I've got a very expensive set of Starrett dial calipers that is very spot on, and I very much like them. And let's take a look at a knife over here that I've got sitting on the bench. So when I grind, I don't feel like we're building rockets here. We're not building rockets, and I don't feel like it's necessary to get like too anal with the precision, unless you're charging a whole bunch. When you're charging a whole bunch, but then, we're also talking about stepping up in every other aspect of quality other than just the precise edge thickness. I'm able to get them ground very nice and even, you know, from the hilt all the way to the tip. But zeroed up, this knife right here, I would guess is somewhere around that 10 to 12 thousandths range. Let's find out. See where it's sitting? Out here at the tip, we gained, let's go all the way to the very tip. Out here at the tip, we gained about 1/1000th. Over behind the tip, it's about 11 thousandths. Down here at the bend, 11 thousandths. In the middle of the straight, 11 thousandths. Back here at the hilt, right where the edge is supposed to terminate, sitting at about 10 thousandths. Right, I mean, our indicator is touching the 10 thousandths line on the low side. So, that was all done on live stream yesterday with no measuring at all. There was no sitting there trying to make sure that I got it all right. Just to give you a reference, I was able to ground it down to 11 thousandths from here all the way to here consistently with no dial indicator. So the point I'm trying to make is only that you have to trust yourself once you've done your skill for a long enough period to call yourself a professional. You got to trust yourself at some point to not have to go back, because I don't want to spend an extra 15 minutes of every time I stand at the grinder measuring each knife. Truth is, nobody really cares for the most part. But there you go. ADCRV2 is a great sheath knife. You're right. I like Nitro V on my belt knives too. And I like them to be pretty thin, but not so thin as you have to be so scary fragile with it. That's like, it's not where I'm trying to get with it. But there are some models that I make. Alright, we're darkening up good there. There are some models that I make that that I like to grind really thin. I like the Wasp really thin, Mantis, the junior models, I like those really thin. All good steels. AEBL Nitro V, 14C26, 14C28, 13C26. They're all the same steel. Drew, you got it, dude. ADCRV2 is the king of easy sharpen. Period. It is the easiest, quickest sharpening steel. In my opinion, I think it is the easiest and quickest sharpening steel to get it to a workable edge. And I mean, it gets razor sharp just like everything else. I carry ADCRV2. Right there's ADCRV2 that's been Cerakoted. I don't use a whole lot of G10. That handle right there is micarta. For the most part, that's about what I use micarta. I'll show you my materials over here. Yeah, you might see a rug rat. So that's all this up top here, from here all the way down. That's all G10 liners. All of that. It's kind of a mess because I've been digging through it the past couple of days. That's all liners right there, G10. And then I've got some special stuff. I've got some orange G10 scales here. Every now and then somebody would ask for something, and then I've just kept them over the years. They just kind of became extras. And sometimes I'd buy little extras and deals. A purple G10, some rich light, redstone rich light, some turquoise G10 here, some old Macecraft double black. There's a little sheet here of some orange, white, black G10. And then I've got a little bit of burlap micarta. Got a couple of sheets of those. And then down there, which is pretty kind of looking sad right now, but that's my stock of micarta, that bottom shelf. Sheets of micarta. And then over here, I've got a bunch of Grip Tech. That's all Grip Tech right there. And then everything from here to the end is all fat carbon. I've got a couple of extra blocks of stuff laying here and there. I got stuff laying everywhere. I got materials all over the place. All over the place in here. I got totes and totes of little stuff.
You got the brown and black thing. Is that 10 silverfish? The brown and black micarta, the layered micarta?
That was the red.
No, the brown and black. What was that?
I don't remember doing an adventure in brown and black. So, where were we on those sheets? Got our laser switched out. We talked about materials for a second. Let's talk about sheets. Thank you. It works. Go back to the sheets. So once they're drilled, of course, we're ready for eyelets. And for the most part, I don't like to run back and forth, just one or two at a time. I want to like fill my whole. I want to fill like my whole green card over there with sheaths and do that way. But grab some eyelets and go ahead and put eyelets in, and then we'll squish them. This probably takes up more time than anything else for the Kydex process. Sitting here pushing eyelets in. I need like a giant tub full of them so I can like scoop the sheath through it one direction, and they will all fill up. I saw somebody else do it, that's how I know. Some other knife manufacturer, a video a long time ago. So I use a, my tripod's about to fall over. There we go. So I use a arbor press from Harbor Freight and a set of dies from CKK. Cannot stand hammering eyelets. I've had this set up right here for 10 years, if not more. It is the way to go. It's just the way. And these presses are only like 50 or 60 bucks. Like my laser's done over there. Switch it out again. Just like that. Now we're pressed, crimped. Everything's nice and even and very clean. I'm gonna switch this knife out again. So here is the black logo on black Cerakote, and you can kind of see it's got a little bit of sheen to it, but when you look at it straight on, it's just black, and it looks amazing. Pretty sweet. Yes, I'm pretty sure that we still have the Mustang ADCR V2s in Grip Tech. Two or so of those, I'm pretty sure. If it's in the store and it says that it's in stock, then we have it. It won't let you go through with it if I don't have it. because I have all my stock set up on a tracker. So it'll do it automatically. It'll shut it off. It won't let anybody else buy one. But of course, if we ever have any problems, just holler at us and we'll let you know. We're good at communicating. We have good customer service. So we'll let that do its thing there. And that sheath adventure, we will continue. I don't know why I walked all the way around the benches that way. That was dumb. Grip Tech. Lovely, amazing Grip Tech. It is fantastic feeling stuff, but it is such a mess. Alright, look at that. Did you see all that? All that little orange stuff? That's all Grip Tech. All it is. The last thing that I cut with this saw was the ends off of those scales for the Grip Tech, the orange Grip Tech. That's that. Now we've got our general shape of the sheath. Just like that. See there? It happens really fast. The sheaths go pretty fast. The time is in the molding and doing eyelets and all that good stuff, the drilling. But once they're through that step, I'm trying to find me another used 60 grit belt here. Dang it, come here. Once they're through the molding and the whole building sheath step, then they go really fast. You can do a sheath in under a minute and a half. Like as far as cutting it out. It's that fast. I'm gonna switch my other machine first. I'm gonna switch this one. I've got to get rid of this sharpening rig. I don't need it anymore. We're done with sharpening, so I can take it off. So this is a different live stream, isn't it, guys? All right. Thank you very much. Up here, and then I need to go trim my nose hairs or something. Just keep getting tickled. It's driving me insane. Maybe I got a mustache hair that's hooked up into my nose. That happens sometimes. All right. You ready? This happens fast. Don't blink. We're going to finish these sheaths. Ready? That's it. They're shaped final. Now we just do the cleanup and these sheaths will be pretty much done. We go that way. Then we come backwards. Just like that. Pretty much a finished sheath. All that's left to do is the thumb ramp. I'll show you that process. There you go. So in just those two sheaths, my whole body is covered in those little black tiny Kydex specs. I'm gonna blast off right quick. Oh yeah, and when those little black specks of Kydex are hot, they also stick. Spray out all those little junkies out of the sheath. And this is what I don't want. And damn it, go in. What I don't want in the sheath is these little pieces of the old Scotch-Brite belt. Because the Scotch-Brite is abrasive, it'll scratch the knife. So I like to stick a razor in there, in that seam, and pull them all out. Because that's where they'll get stuck, is down in that seam. And the same goes for the bottom down here as well. So I'll pull them out, make sure that drain hole's cleaned out real good. And these sheaths are pretty much done. Now we'll do the thumb ramp. I'll show you how that goes. I moved my heat gun. It's usually in there in the Kydex room, but turn the old heat gun on. And I'm doing two things here. You can see there where it pinches in. I want to flare that out, and I want to pull us a thumb ramp. Here goes the thumb ramp. And here go the flares. Just like that. See, it's nice and wide open now, and we have us a nice, beautiful thumb ramp. That's it. This sheath is 99.9% of the way complete. I'll show you the other 1.1% here in just a second. You'll see why I say 0.1%, because it literally takes 2 seconds. That on a cool down cycle. There we have it, that other sheath. Thumb ramped, molded, done. Those guys are done. And all that's left for them is to get a little bit of work at the laser. Before I do them, I got one more that's already, the laser's already focused, because I'll have to change the focus of the laser. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this last one first, and then we'll. Right now we'll look at the fitment. So there's been no adjustment made to them at all, and I can't say whether or not for sure that they're gonna fit like an absolute glove. I predict that they will, because for the most part they always do. That is it. No rattle. If you really want it, you can shake the crap out of it, make it rattle. But, well, you turned it way up, didn't you? There you have it. I'm going upward. There you go. That's a completed sheath. So the only thing left to do to the sheath is to laser etch it, and it laser etches so fast. I wasn't joking. It takes 2 seconds. You can feed the sheaths as fast as you can feed them. It will laser them. But other than lasering, and fitting, making sure that the sheaths fit nicely. The last step is to put a belt loop on it. This is the last step for every sheath, for every knife. Oh my gosh, do you mind? There. And I always put them on the second to the tallest one, or the second one to the top. Where did my screwdriver go? There it is. There we go. And that knife just finished up at the laser, so we'll go ahead and complete the sheath. Go to the Kydex file, open it up, and then we'll focus the laser to the sheath all the way down and line it up. I don't even have to let go of it. That's it. It's done. I wish there was better lighting in here. Let me get my phone out of my thingy here. There you have it. Where'd that little green speck come from? I don't know. But that's it. That is a completed sheath. There's only one more step to this knife, and we have to etch Hornet Nitro V on the other side because that's what it is. And this knife will be done. It's over. Ready to go in a box. So there you have it. Now you guys know what the rest of this stuff looks like, because I usually end the stream and nobody ever gets to see a lot of this. I mean, sometimes I'll do this. Obviously, I'm doing it now, so every now and then it's got to happen. But that's about the basis of it. Got one more sheet to etch. May as well do it while it's open and focused, and that's it. See how fast that was? 2 seconds. All right, now we're going to... Everything is Nitro V today, so... Adventure, Nitro V. We'll start with the Adventure, because all my files are alphabetical ordered. Alright, so now the laser is etching Adventure Nitro V. We're modeling them and denominating the steel. That's essentially what we're doing. But that's the final stage. Once the sheaths are done, then this run is pretty much all but over with. So tonight, if any of you guys are into live streams or more chats about knives and such, if you guys know who Javon's Knife Flicks is, I'll be joining him tonight at is it 9? Is it 9 Eastern? 10 Eastern. Okay. 9 Central. 9 Central, 10 Eastern. I'll be going on live with Javon to talk a little bit of knives, and I'll talk about this one, the new model, a little bit, and all the rest of these, or whatever else I've got. See there? Adventure Nitro V. This knife is complete now that it's got both sides lasered. Just needs a sheath. Let's open up, and I've got to go through all these, every one of them. Hornet Nitro V. There we go. So these don't usually take very long. 30 to 45 seconds is about average for these. for the non-logo side. The name and steel. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. There we go. Hornet Nitro V. It's focused. And in its finished sheath that you just watched it get finished. There it is. That knife is ready to go in a box. And just go ahead and do that. D-O-N-E. Of course, I got to put sticker and business cards and stuff in the box. But that one's done. Over with and done. What else we got? We got a Mustang Nitro V. Mustang Nitro V. Make a little dust. So, I didn't test the fitting of that one. We've just got a bunch of these to do. Well, not a whole bunch. I've got a snook, I got a couple ramblers, and I got to do a pancake for that one tribute, and then a revelation, and then another taco tribute. Anyway, that's going to conclude today's live stream, guys. Thank you very much for everyone who joined, and I appreciate all your support, no matter how big or small. Guys, if you're really into this stuff and you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button and the like button. It really helps us out. And, hit the notification bell on the channel to let you know when I'm going live, which I do pretty often, as much as I can. If you want to support Very Good Knife Co., you can find us at verygoodknifeco.com. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.